Hello everyone, this is Rory Spacepug Andrews for Swarmio Gaming. Now I want to talk about Overwatch for a moment. Overwatch is a young game. It's been out for about 8 months, but already it has quite the competitive scene, and a lot of players are quickly making a name for themselves on the international stage. Many of those are South Korean. That is because during the Overwatch World Cup, the South Korean team ran the tables on every other country in the tournament. They went undefeated, and Russia was looking really good coming into the final, and they didn't coming out of the final. South Korea dismantled their team using teamwork and no real clear star players. Russia had Shadowburn, but he was nullified by Miro's Winston play, but a big reason why Winston could take on Shadowburn's Genji was the fact that he had a dedicated support player behind him by the name of RyuJeHong, which in my mind was the MVP of the series. His Ana play was like nothing we've ever seen before, and many people think he's the best in the world. So what I want to do right now is I want to break down some of his play, watch him play Ana in a scrimmage match, in a South Korean scrimmage match, and try to find out what he does differently than other people when they play Ana. What makes him the best Ana player in the world? So, first we'll need to break down a little bit about Ana herself. How does she work? Well, in my mind, she has the most complicated kit in the game. She's got a lot of options, and she's got zero mobility, which means that she's very vulnerable. She doesn't have a lot of hit points. And when enemies get close to her, she doesn't really have a lot of options. So, her first weapon, the Biotic Rifle. It does 80 damage over 1 second. It heals for 75 damage. It's got the slowest rate of fire and the longest reload speed of almost any gun in the game. So, the low fire rate means that when enemies get close to her, there's really not much you can do unless you have ungodly aim. Most Ana players think about healing their teammates, and that is exactly what you should be doing. You should be behind your front line, healing them up as they get hit, because Ana has the #1 burst healing in the game, and that is why she's on every pro comp almost every time you see a game being played with 2 supports. In a 1 support composition, you might see just a Lucio, but Ana is almost a must pick these days. Her sleep dart. It does a whole 5 damage, puts people to sleep for 5.5 seconds, and stuns them for 5 seconds as they're waking up. The cooldown is 12 seconds. This is something you want to save. You can alter the game by, you see a McCree ulting with his Deadeye, you sleep him. You see a Roadhog go whole hog. Roadhog's very big in the meta right now. He goes whole hog, you sleep him. You see a Tracer jump on you. If you have really good aim, you sleep him, but it's a very slow projectile. It's very hard to hit. You see a lot of Anas just throw it down the choke and hope that they hit somebody, and that's fun and all, but that doesn't really get you much. And the Biotic Grenade, possibly the most important piece of Ana's arsenal. It does 60 damage to enemies. It heals your teammates for 100. So if you throw this in a scrum, if a lot of people are fighting in one place, if 2 Reinhardts are swinging away at each other with hammers, and you hit them with a Biotic Grenade, that means your Reinhardt goes up 100, their Reinhardt goes down 60. That's a 160 point deficit to both sides. You increase the healing of your Reinhardt by 100%. You decrease the healing of their Reinhardt. The duration is 5 seconds, and it's got a 10-second cooldown, which means that if you're not too stingy with this grenade, you can just keep throwing it, and half of the time you're doing increased healing to your teammates, which is good. And her ultimate is a nano boost, possible game changer, but you have to use it very strategically. It does increased damage mitigation. It used to do increased speed, but it doesn't do that anymore, and it lasts for 8 seconds. What this does is make one of your teammates a beast, just an incredible beast. A lot of people put it on Reinhardt. The Reinhardt runs in swinging his hammer. Nobody can do much of anything about that. A lot of people put it on D.Va. You throw it on D.Va, she dives in, she causes panic amongst the ranks while the rest of the team swoops in, and you can break chokes that way. And like I said, Ana has 0 mobility, so if she gets caught off guard, if she gets flanked by a Tracer, or Reaper, or Genji, there's really not much she can do. So you have to be very aware of your situation, and you have to be aware, you have to have situational awareness to to a degree that you might not on other heroes. So without further ado, let's see RyuJeHong play Ana on the second map on Lijiang Tower, the Night Market. So here we go. This is a South Korean scrimmage. You will hear them talk a lot. They're a noisy bunch, but in the end, that's good. You want your team to be noisy. You want your team to talk, because situational awareness is key here. And if you're a silent Ana, you're usually a dead Ana. So this is a scrimmage. You'll see that on RyuJeHong's team, he also has Miro and Eska. These were also some real, maybe not MVP. Oh yeah, Miro was pretty close to an MVP player on the Overwatch World Cup, and all three of them play for Lunatic High, which is a South Korean pro team that currently plays in the South Korean League over there. So here we go. The first thing, you see the Bionic Ray go out. He gets his D.Va with it, and he gets the enemy Reinhardt and the enemy Roadhog. Right now, this is a very compromised position. There's really no front lines here. This is not where Ana excels. You want a frontline team. You want a team that is organized. As you can see, the Tracer, whose job it is to flank, caught the Ana off guard because the teams got scattered mid-push. So right now, the Soldier and the Reinhardt are dead. They're still fighting for the point, but they officially lost this engagement. They lost the point. They're grouping back up. The Tracer comes, throws her ult down, doesn't do much. She's just trying to be a nuisance, which is her job. We try to sleep dart the enemy Ana, who's way, way, way back in the line. Okay, here's a big engagement here. We got the nano boost out. She was earth shattered, but it's okay. Okay, did you see that aim? Lucio was thrown across the stage and hit her twice. RyuJeHong hit him twice. It's ungodly aim. He's rocking 79% for unscoped and scoped aim right now. And with how close quarters he's playing, that's insane for a sniper. Right now, RyuJeHong's taking over the right flank. This is all situational awareness. He's saying the Tracer's coming from the right-hand side. I don't know South Korean, but I know that's what he's saying. The Graviton Surge, Zarya put it out. That was a headshot on a Tracer from point-blank range. By the way, Ana doesn't even need to headshot people. She doesn't even get headshots. She's throwing syringes at people, but I guess RyuJeHong just likes shooting people in the head, so we'll let him go ahead and do that. And right now, they're talking. There's 3 places that the enemy team could come from right now. They could come from upstairs. The D.Va's taking care of that. They could come from the main door. The Reinhardt and the rest of the team's taking care of that. They could come from the right-hand side. They chose to go through the main entrance on the lower level. The Earth Shatter comes out. Look at this. Okay, that was a nano-boosted enemy Reinhardt mid-charge. He caught somebody, and RyuJeHong slept him mid-charge. It was incredible. People aren't supposed to do that. So you're watching a pro player do his pro thing right now, and you're thinking, oh, cool, I'll just go and do that. You couldn't do that. You couldn't shoot an enemy nano-boosted Reinhardt who is in mid-charge who has one of your teammates. It's insane reaction speed. Not to mention, he shot that Reinhardt before he started moving. So he shot the Reinhardt, peeled over, took out the sleep dart, slept him mid-charge, saved his team, and they won that engagement precisely because of that. Right now, you see that there was another Graviton Surge by the enemy team. The Biotic Grenade, always throw that. Oh, enemy Earth Shatter. Slept the No, didn't sleep the Reinhardt. Okay. RyuJeHong died from the enemy Tracer again. You see the D.Va jump off the edge right here, and you're like, wow, why would somebody just commit suicide? That'd be bad for their stats. But in this game, in Overwatch, never go in alone. If you go in alone, you will die, the enemy team will kill you, they will get ult charge off that. Congratulations, you just gave them an advantage. Jumping off the edge to your death in this game sometimes makes sense. Maybe not in the narrative, but this game really isn't canon, so whatever. Jump off the edge all you want. Okay, right here we have the approach. They don't have the point, they're attacking it. Right now, RyuJeHong's team has 99% to the enemy team's 62. They need to get that to 100. They need one solid, successful engagement to win the game. You see another Graviton Surge. You see the Bionic Grenade go into the Graviton Surge. You see the sleep on the nano-boosted Roadhog. You see the healing on the Soldier. There is a tracer behind RyuJeHong. RyuJeHong doesn't care right now. He's too busy healing his team. He's too busy getting people off the point. He's taking the point. And look at his hand. Right here you can see his hand on his mouse pad. Look at how far it moves. You think, oh, the pros, they need that high sensitivity. They know how to deal with high sensitive mouse. RyuJeHong, all that beautiful aiming you've seen, he was doing it from his elbow. The man doesn't play from the wrist. Take it as a lesson, everybody. All right. So, if you want to watch any of this, without my commentary, check it out on the link below and listen to these beautiful, beautiful South Korean screams, everybody, because they won the point. They go on to win the game quite handily. They lose 1 point during the match, but it's just a scrimmage. So, everybody's having fun. So let me know if you'd like some more pro breakdowns in the future, and thank you. From Swarmio Gaming, this has been Rory Spacepug Andrews, out.